Greetings, I'm Chew You Shen, and today I'm going to present my final year project, which is MYPolitics, analyzing political sentiment in Malaysia with Twitter. So, large amount of Malay political tweets was posted on Twitter on a daily basis. However, there's very less method being implemented to detect the sentiment and emotion in Malay tweets. And besides, analysis on these kind of tweets are only being done on research level, and the reports of those kind of analysis are normally non-instant, and they are static political analysis. So in order to solve the problems stated, I've decided to build a web application that collects, analyzes, and summarizes Malaysia's Malay political tweets. So the target users of this system is political enthusiasts, which represents the public, political party, and political analysts. So there's 4 system objectives for this system. The first one is to retrieve Malay tweets related to Malaysia politics and Malaysia politicians from Twitter. Next is to uncover relevant topics automatically and its corresponding keyword from Malay tweets. The third one is to create sentiment and emotion detection models based on Malay tweets. And the last one is to display visualized political insights. So this system contains 4 modules, which are the data management module, sentiment analysis module, topic detection module, and data visualization module, which will be demo later. But for data management module, it includes data retrieval, as well as polling and the basic login for the system. And then sentiment analysis module will be taking care of the sentiment and emotion classification for the retrieved tweets. Topic detection will be used to uncover the topics and keywords from the Malay tweets, and data visualization will display the sentiment in the form of visualization. So for system architecture, I've actually first used Tweepy API to retrieve tweets from Twitter, and then I've actually using 5 data retrieval scheduler to retrieve 5 types of tweets, which will be shown later. And then I've also implemented a sentiment analysis scheduler and emotion analysis scheduler to predict the sentiment and the emotion for the Malay tweets. Next, I've stored those data in SQLite database. And then for the website part, for the front end, I've implemented it using HTML, JavaScript, and CSS. And then for the back end, I've implemented it using Flask API. So I've actually collected 5 types of tweets, which is mentioned previously. The first one is politicians tweets. Like in this case, the tweets posted by Anwar. The second one is parties tweets, which are the tweets posted by political parties in Malaysia. And then the third one is tweets mentioning politicians, like in this tweet is mentioning Dr. Zahid Hamidi. And then the fourth one is tweet mentioning party, like in this tweet is mentioning DAP. And the last one is netizens political tweets, which is being collected using certain keywords. So 3 intelligent methods has been implemented in this system. The first one is sentiment analysis. It's being used to predict the sentiment of Malay tweets, and it can predict positive, negative, and non-sentiment. And the algorithm used to make this work is LSTM neural network. And then for the emotion analysis is also the same. It's used to predict the emotion of Malay tweets, and we have 6 available emotions: anger, fear, happiness, love, sadness, and none. And this emotion analysis is also being done using LSTM neural network. And the third intelligent method is topic detection. It's being used to detect topics and its relevant keyword from Malay political tweets. And the algorithm being used to perform this is latent Dirichlet allocation algorithm. It's an unsupervised learning algorithm that is capable of detecting topics from document in the form of clusters, which will be shown later in the demo. So now we will proceed to the demo of the system. So this is the homepage of MyPolitics, and in this page, it will display the most trending political tweets that has been posted yesterday. So for MyPolitics, we have also provided a 15 general election analysis dashboard that analyzes on the Twitter trend for Prime Minister candidates as well as political coalition. So in here, we'll actually be able to see the sentiment distribution for the Prime Minister candidate as well as their trend. And we can also see the same thing for political coalition as well as the trend. So we can actually use filter here to filter for maybe the positive count or the positive percentage. And if we look at this, the outcome for the sentiment distribution in the last day, which is the election day, is very similar to the election result that we're having. So this system also provides a topic detection feature where it allows users such as public and political party, as well as political analysts, to select a parliamentary seat, and then also select a time frame and number of topics. And this page will analyzes the topics that has been mentioned by politicians, which is contesting within this parliamentary seat, as well as the political topics that is discussed by Malaysians. So we can first see the political topics that are discussed by Malaysians. The first topic is talking about Pembangkang and PN. And then the second topic is talking about Selangor and Kerajaan PH. And the third one is talking about the current issue. And then we can see that Anwar is competing in this parliamentary seat. So we can see the topic mentioned by PM Anwar, as well as the political topics mentioned by Dato Sri Ahmad Faizal Azumu right here. So since Dato Sri Ahmad Faizal Azumu does not posted any tweets within this time frame, we'll retrieve its most recent topics from the tweets posted by him. And here we have a Venn diagram which will show us the common keywords that has been mentioned by the politicians within this parliamentary seat, which is Rakyat and Semoga. So for topic detection, I've also created another page to allow users to compare politicians from different parliamentary seats. So in this case, I selected Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad, and we can view his most recent topic right here. And then I've also select PM Dato Sri Anwar Ibrahim, where we can select the topic posted by him within this time frame, as well as Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin. And since he does not post any tweets within this time frame, we'll retrieve his most recent topics posted by him. And then there's also a Venn diagram here that shows the common topics that are being mentioned by this politician. So right here, we can actually see that they're actually mentioning the common keyword, which is kerajaan and rakyat. So user can also search for political trend based on particular keyword, and then we can actually see the analytics from here. So we can actually see the political party which are most mentioned with the search keyword, which in this case is Raswan. And then we can also see the politician which are most mentioned with the keyword, which is Dato Sri Anwar Ibrahim in this case. So MYPolitics actually have a very important page called Politician Dashboard, where it actually compares what politicians said with what people are saying about the politician. So at here, we can actually see the political topics that has been mentioned by Dato Sri Anwar Ibrahim's tweet, as well as the political topics that people mention about Dato Sri Anwar Ibrahim. And then we can see the sentiment distribution for both types of tweets. As we can see, the tweets mentioning Anwar Ibrahim has a higher sentiment percentage as compared to tweets posted by Anwar Ibrahim. And then we can also see the trend for the percentage of sentiment to analyze whether if there's any impact when Dato Sri Anwar Ibrahim posted a positive tweet. So in this case, we see that when Anwar Ibrahim posted a positive tweet, the sentiment percentage for public tweet actually increases. So it means that there's a positive correlation between them. So in this section, we can actually compare the sentiment distribution for Dato Sri Anwar Ibrahim as well as other politicians. In this case, you can see that actually Dato Sri Anwar Ibrahim was being well received from the public because he has higher positive sentiment and lower negative sentiment as compared to all politicians. We can also select a politician here to compare with Dato Sri Anwar Ibrahim. For example, we can choose Tun Dr. Mahathir. And then we can actually see that Dato Sri Anwar Ibrahim was more well received because he has higher positive sentiment and lower negative sentiment. So similarly, we have also another page called Political Party Dashboard that has the similar feature as the Politician Dashboard. But in this case, we can choose political party. For in this case, I've chosen UMNO. And then similarly, we can see the political topics mentioned by UMNO as well as the political topics mentioning UMNO. And then we can see the sentiment distribution here and the trend for percentage sentiment chart right here. So in similar manner, we can also compare UMNO with other parties within Malaysia. In this case, you can see that actually UMNO is quite well received as compared to other parties because they have actually lesser negative sentiment. And then we can also choose to compare it with other party. So public can also log into this system to participate in poll that was being posted by political analysts. For example, you can click this and then you can answer this poll by clicking this answer and clicking submit. After that, users can also view poll result that has been published by the political analyst. For example, you can choose this and we can see the poll result in terms of the votes as well as the demographic for the ones who participated in this poll. They can also filter it by the options chosen. So to get a better understanding about the poll itself. So political party can actually log in to have a more comprehensive view of political party dashboard. So in this case, I've chosen PKR within this time frame. And now they can actually have a general view of the general information about the tweets mentioning PKR, for example, the trend and the most mentioned words used to mention PKR. They can also see the general topics mentioning PKR, which represents the general opinion towards PKR. And then they can also see the public's positive and negative opinions toward PKR in terms of topics and keywords like this, so that they have a better understanding of what people like about them and what people dislike about them. Next, they can also see the most popular tweets mentioning PKR, so that they will know that what kind of tweets which is popular that are mentioning the party right now and what can they do in response to the tweet. Next, they can also click the mention sentiment button to come into this mention sentiment page, which is a more quantitative analysis on the sentiment and emotion for the tweets mentioning the party. So we can see the trend of mentioned tweets based on their sentiment. For example, you can see the number of negative tweets really overpowers the number of positive tweets. You can also see the emotion distribution for the tweets mentioning the party. Most of it is none, but anger also takes up a large portion. And similarly to the public's view, they can also see the emotion distribution for their party as compared to other party. But in this case, you can see that actually PKR is performing well because they have lower anger as compared to all parties. And here they have actually a table where they can see each type of tweet based on their emotion, and they can actually click in this tweet to go to the page of the tweet and to respond to this particular tweet if they want to. So the party can actually click the post button to come into this engagement dashboard. And this page actually analyzes their party's engagement as well as their party's politicians' engagement with the public. So the first part is party engagement. We can see that PKR has actually posted 578 tweets within the time frame, and they have gotten around more than 10,000 engagement. And you can also see their most popular tweets right here in terms of most liked tweets and most retweeted tweets, so that they know that what kind of tweets are more popular on Twitter, and they can target their future tweets based on this kind of format so that it can reach more people. Next, we can also see the politician engagement to analyze the tweets posted by PKR party members. So we can see that their politician has posted 544 tweets and they have received more than 100,000 engagement. And then we can see the count of tweets posted by them in this trend line. And then we can also analyze the number of tweets posted by their politician based on sentiment. For example, Nur Amin Ahmad has posted 86 negative tweets and 24 positive tweets. For these two graphs, we can actually analyze the most influential politicians on Twitter based on this, because, for example, Anwar Ibrahim has received 89,000 likes. So it means that he is very influential because he gets a lot of likes. So similarly with retweet, Nur Amin Ahmad actually get a lot of retweet, 47,000 of it. So this indicates the party that these two politicians are very influential in Twitter and they should actually post more to promote about their party. And similarly, the party's most liked tweet and most retweeted tweet is also posted right here, and these are actually posted by their party's politicians so that they should know what kind of tweets that their politician posts are being well received. And lastly, this is their party's Twitter feed, and we can click in to go to their party site. So similarly, the political party can also log in to have a more comprehensive view of the politician dashboard. So similarly, they are able to see the general information right here, as well as the general political topics mentioned by netizen, as well as the positive and negative opinions mentioning the politician. In this case, is Dato Sri Anwar Ibrahim. And we can also see the popular tweets mentioning Dato Sri Anwar Ibrahim right here. Next, we can also see the quantitative analysis based on the tweets mentioning Dato Sri Anwar Ibrahim. In this case, you can see the number of tweets is over 40,000, and we can see the trend for tweets mentioning Dato Sri Anwar Ibrahim, and this is similar to the previous page. And the table is all similar. As we can see, Dato Sri Anwar Ibrahim is well received because he has high happiness as well as low anger emotion. So similarly, the politician dashboard also have an engagement dashboard where the politician can view the popular tweets being posted by him. So in this case, we can see that Dato Sri Anwar Ibrahim's popular tweets right here, so that maybe he could target his future tweets to be in this format so that it can reach more people. Next, political analysts can also enter this system to create poll to poll for public's opinion. They can enter their poll question here and they can enter their poll option here and to submit and create a poll. Next, they can manage their poll by clicking this manage poll page and they can select the poll question that they have previously posted. After that, they can actually view the poll results from here as well as the demographic right here so that they can have a better understanding of their poll result as well as their poll results based on their particular demographic. Lastly, they can also choose to set their poll status to active, which is to allow publics to answer, publish, which is to stop public from answering but publish the result to all of the public to see, and lastly, they can also deactivate it to archive it within this system. So the accuracy of the intelligent methods are shown right here, and they have acceptably high accuracy that could perform their job as intended. In conclusion, all four objectives of the system has been achieved, and for future work, I plan to include and analyze state-level politicians and state-level elections, as well as to include analysis on both English and Malay tweets. So that's all from me. Thank you.